We're in the sun a bit there, dear. Today's, what day is it? I've lost complete track. I think it's Saturday. It's the 26th of August 2023 and we're back in Mallorca, we're back in Palmanova, we're home. So let's go for a walk. Anita's going to have her hair done and her nails done, so she'll disappear for quite a while and I'll go for a little walk. Okay, let's get going. Anita's actually bumped into a friend straight away as soon as she's got here. And it isn't 10 o'clock in the morning and the temperature, well, it says it's 34 degrees, 34. And when we left England it was 19. So a big difference in temperature for us. We got in close to midnight last night, which I suppose for us was quite a good time. First thing that greeted us was the lights didn't come on in the house, and that's one of my worst fears really, that we go away and all the electricity goes off and the freezer. Well, luckily it was just one circuit, and the kitchen and the fridges all seemed to be okay, so wasn't that much of a disaster. We probably saved a bit of money because the router and things like that were not on. Anyway, everything else seemed to be okay. A few creepy crawlies in the house, but we always get that. Well, Anita's already made an appointment before she left to have her hair and nails done, so that's where she's off to now. She's with her friend Christine, who works in one of the charity shops here, the Lions charity shops. They actually have 3 shops. There's 2 up that passageway there, and one which is the main one is down here. So it's the Lions charity shop. Get your books here. There's actually a bigger bookshop up that passageway, but all sorts of bric-a-brac there as well. And Anita, you going to have your hair done now?
I am. See you later.
And nails? My goodness, it'll be a new woman when she comes out.
About 12:30.
I wonder if I'll notice. So she's going to La Bella, and she's told me 2.5 hours. I don't know, how does it take 2.5 hours to have your hair done? But anyway, that's what she's done. And it's good to be back. We've been away just over a month, or a month actually, so it's a long time to be away, but it's been great seeing all the family, all the friends, and we've actually been a little bit up and down the country, but we're back in Mallorca now. At least for the time being. We have got another trip planned, but I'll have to tell you about that in another video, because it's a bit of a secret. Well, boom, bang, the smell of ombre solaire or whatever suntan lotion it is just hit me in the face. I'm guessing it's coming from the beach, I don't know. Lots of people already out on the beach. So 34 now, so you can guess by this afternoon, by this afternoon it's going to get up to, I don't know, certainly a few degrees higher. So this is about the only time I can actually come out for a walk. Anyway, we've got an appointment this afternoon. We're going to see our friends Monroe and Marcia to watch a football match. Here's the heart. It's like the Solidarity heart. I think it's got bent over. How did that happen? I'm sure it wasn't on that much of an angle before. Seems to have tilted since we were last here. Yeah, we have an appointment with Monroe Marcia this afternoon. They are going to join us, or we're going to join them actually. They've booked a table for us at a bar with an interesting name. We're going to watch a football match. It's Mallorca away this weekend, so they're playing Granada. Now that would have been an interesting place to go at this time of the year. You could actually probably fry eggs on the beach, or on the pavement, or on the sidewalk, or on the road. It's very hot down in that part of the world, but they're playing this afternoon and we're not going, so we would normally be going to the Majorca cafe, but the Majorca football ground's been undergoing renovations, fantastic renovations actually, over the last 2 years nearly, and they're still not finished, so they've still got another year projected to finish the job, and it looks as though they're well on course to do that. And so our usual bar, which is Majorca Cafe, is part which hasn't been done. I think it's going to be done though fairly soon, so hopefully we will be back there sooner rather than later. But anyway, Majorca Cafe is actually in the stadium, or part of the stadium. But we're going somewhere different. Still very close to the stadium. Actually going to a ball called Depression, which I don't know, always makes me smile when I think about it. I don't want any depression after I've watched a football match. So hopefully we'll get a win. And it'll be the other side, I'll have the Depression. It's actually, the name comes, I think, really from the fact that it's a beer place that serve beer on tap. And I think it's a chain. But as you might have seen, I've not been missing Spanish beer. Various places we've been to have stocked San Miguel, which is pretty much a standard everywhere, I think. But starting to see Estrella Dam, which is one of my favourites actually, Cruz Campo, and Mau. And then just the other day we went bowling, and they got the relatively new beer, which is called Madrid. A lot of these apparently are made all by the same company. A lot of beers are made by the same company. And I have a friend who works for the company, and in the past, I think when that Madrid first came out, he gave me a sample bottle or two to try. Yeah, it's fine. Goes down very easily. Don't think there's really a bad one amongst them. I used to claim that San Miguel gave me a headache, but maybe that was too many of them. And the water's very calm today. Lots of people already in the sea. Which is looking great. Some beds are out. Well, Anita's going for a walk for Anita's going to have her hair done for 2.5 hours. I'm not sure I can walk for 2.5 hours. See how far I get. Going past Ciro's restaurant. You can imagine yourself sitting on the table here, probably in the evening, just sitting overlooking the beach. It's really a great place. When Anita's mother was alive, we used to go there quite regularly. She liked to sit inside there, and they used to do a good menu of the day at a reasonable price. I think those days have gone now. I've got some steps to climb now, and I'll probably puff and pant on the way up, so off goes the camera. I haven't quite managed to get to the top, well, look what's greeted me, this graffiti, and that wasn't there a few weeks ago. The wall had been freshly painted, and someone's defaced it like that. Disgusting. But the government, certainly in Palma, have said this is one of their priorities, to stamp on graffiti. And one of the things they're doing is they're going to impose really big fines. So not only 100 euros, 200 euro fines, they'll be in the thousands of euros. And they've promised 24 hours. So graffiti appears, gets reported, 24 hours, then 24 hours the graffiti is going to be gone. And the report I read over a week ago said that they'd got rid of about 150 instances of graffiti. Sounds a lot, but I think about 100 of those or more were quite minor sort of bits of graffiti, which I guess are easily removed. It's the little dog beach. No little dogs on at the moment, or big ones for that matter. And here's the place where people have started to put their padlocks. You can see they do go rusty and become unsightly, and they discolour the stainless steel that they're on. So you can understand that eventually the council are going to shift them. They're going to go. So you might put one there. I think it's going to last forever. And it's not. I do think maybe that's something the local council, Calvia in this instance, could actually think of something where people could actually put them, where it wouldn't be an eyesore. If they did go rusty, then it wouldn't be a problem. And my first thought is the heart, but I don't really want that to be covered with padlocks. But something like that, somewhere in Palmanova, would perhaps be a nice place for people to put their hearts, for not to be. So it needs somebody to design something, I guess, make a proposal to the council, and have that ready for the holiday makers. Not just holiday makers, actually. I think a lot of locals do that sort of thing. It's kind of popular. Some of them have them already engraved when they're brought here. Well, there's the middle beach. Loads of people already in the sea, and the time is only just after 10 o'clock in the morning. Oh, good. It's a Saturday, so we'll not only have the tourists, we'll have the locals who are out as well, like me. Anyway, got a few steps to go down. Anita's not with me, so I'll try to be careful. Well, I managed to get down there quite safely with no incidents. Nice to be in the shade for a few seconds, but back into the sun. Neither Anita or I have been sunbathers since we've been in Mallorca. Well, maybe a little bit at the beginning. I think you soon learn to find the shade. And while the sun has some beneficial aspects to it, the vitamin D, for example, it can also have great harm. So it's one of the things that we both have a little bit of concern about. It's gone past McDonald's. Across the road we've got the Tropico Hotel, which you may remember at the end of the season is going to be remodeled, redone, upgraded, so that will be interesting. Work won't start until the season closes in, well, probably the work will start in November, which is when work in this area normally has started, so that it's outside the tourist season. But reading the paper yesterday, it sounded as though the tourist season may be forced to change in Mallorca. One of the things people come here for is the sun, sea, sangria. Oh. Did I really say that? Yeah, well, sun, sea, sangria, I guess that's what a lot of people look at it as. But the problem's actually the sun, isn't it? It's this year, last year, 2 incredibly hot summers. And people can say they like it so much, but once it gets too hot, it becomes uncomfortable. And people are going to say, well, I don't want to come in July and August anymore. What's it like in May or June? Or what's it like in September or October? And for some, they may become the preferred months when the temperatures are just a little bit less, but still very pleasant. And so the predictions that I was reading yesterday was it could lead to as much as a 8% fall in summer tourism, and then a 5% increase in winter tourism, which sounds as though Mallorca's losing out. And I think the article actually was suggesting that. But if you think about it a little bit, the summer season is actually much shorter than the winter season. So if you have an 8% decrease, it could be balanced by a 5% increase in winter tourism. And winter tourists quite often spend more money when they get here. So we do have a winter tourism on the island, and people come here because it is, generally speaking, nice weather. We're not going to get these sorts of temperatures in December and January. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Very good.
You were in England very...
Well, that was Karen from Ireland, and she's on holiday here. She's got another couple of weeks, so hopefully she'll have a really good time, though she's going to have to break in the weather. So nice to meet somebody who's watching the... And nice that they stopped me. I mean, I know some people think, oh, he's talking away. Well, yeah, I do a lot of that, but it doesn't matter. You know, I'm quite happy to stop and have a chat. But do bear in mind I'm deaf, and if Anita's not with me, I won't hear you. So that's my excuse anyway. There's the Paradise Beach. They have a full programme, 7 nights of live entertainment. And they have really big screens here if you're into sport. They quite often have some Sky Sports on there.
They haven't got Sky.
Of course, the football season's on, so they'll be showing Premier League and that sort of thing. I don't know if they show Spanish matches like Majorca. Find a lot of bars around here anyway. We'll be showing the British, the UK, England matches. If you go to some of the Scottish bars, they'll have the Scottish football on. So if you're into the Scottish League, then in Magaluf, Sinkies is definitely the place to go. But beware, you have to be a Rangers supporter. Go there as a Celtic supporter. I don't know. I'm sure you'll be welcome. Well, there's a green flag out, and looks like there's a light breeze. The green flag's flying, but the flag in front of me isn't, and the flag there isn't. So I'm just going to have a look. There's the toilets here. It's all about spending a penny, isn't it? And yeah, it's on there in English. It says insert coin, turn handle, and that's for the disabled as well. Try and stay in the shade as much as I can. There's the Zell. It's now had time to stabilise and settle down in its first season. This is the old Agua Beach Hotel. No, the Calablanca, sorry. The old Calablanca Hotel is now called Zell, and it's part of the Melia group. We're in conjunction with Rafa Nadal, of course. And certainly looks very nice from the outside. Be interesting as time goes on just to see how successful it is here in Palmanova. A few boats out, and we've got the boats taking you on little cruises around the island coast. I think Anita and I need to do that on a calm day like today. Here's Roger's Bar, having here for a drink just before we left, and always a good place, good value for money, and they do serve food as well. Barbuda Beach. Last time we were there, it coincided with several hen night groups, which made it pretty hectic, pretty noisy, pretty loud. But I was quite amazed at how the staff managed to cope with the numbers. Every table pretty much was full, and I don't think I've ever seen it as busy. But yeah, no, everything went really well, really smoothly. Food came out together, and I was really quite pleased with that.
Are you vlogging, mate?
Sorry?
Are you vlogging?
I have a YouTube channel. So, right, just seen Jed and Ruby from Manchester United supporter, and they're really enjoying the holiday, but they too think it's really hot. So a little bit of a break tomorrow. And Jed hasn't actually been watching the channel, so I've given him a card, and well, you'll be able to see Palmanova on the videos. I'm just going past them. I've forgotten a couple of restaurants here. This is the Chinese, the Happy Chinese, not coming open yet. A bit early for them. I'm sure they'll be open later on. See how many people are actually in the sea. Just before we came away, we did actually get up to Campica Fort, and it seems like a very nice place. I think I'd like to go back and have another look. And has a promenade which is nice and flat, like Palmanova. And well, one thing I noticed was what appeared to be the huge number of people in the sea. It was there seems to be a lot there, but there was a lot more in Campica Fort. I need to go back to Campica Fort to have a look at that market. I'm not sure how good it is now. It used to be a very good market, from what people have told me. But we've not seen it, so that's another excuse to get up to that side of the island. But it's a long way, it's a long drive for us. It's an hour's drive there, it's an hour's drive back. or a long time on the bus, even longer. We're just going past Santa Lucia. People are still having their breakfast at Santa Lucia, got their toast and their orange juice. And this is where Shauna and Claire will be next. It's only about 2 weeks now, isn't it? Or less. I know Shauna will let me know. So we're looking very much to see them and celebrate Shauna's birthday. There's the terrace around the front. So if the weather does change, what will happen? Used to be referred to as the gota fria. The gota fria is the cold drop, is the literal translation. And it's when at the end of August or the beginning of September we have some storms, and they can be quite electric and explosive in nature. But when the gota fria comes, it causes a drop in temperature. And so 34 today, it's predicted to be around about 26 tomorrow, but a 90% chance of rain. And that rain can be very, very heavy. So exciting times ahead. Not for me particularly, because the electricity tends to go on and off during the storms, and we might have 2 or 3 days of them. And we live in a relatively old house, and it's when we find the leaks, and sometimes it can rain so much it comes over the steps. We are on a hill, so it's going to run away eventually, but there can be a lot of water coming down in a short space of time. And the way they measure rainfall here is in how many millimeters or how many litres per cubic metre. So it'd be interesting to see how many litres per cubic metre we have, per square metre. Litres per square metre they have tomorrow. And which is the wettest part. Mallorca is an interesting island from a weather point of view, because it's a little bit unpredictable, because we've got some quite high mountains which tend to attract the rainfall. As the clouds rise, they cool, and that means it's going to rain, so the mountains tend to get more rain. And then we have plains which have less rain. But just going from one area to another, you don't have to travel far, and the weather can change completely. And even if we do have a storm, they don't tend to last a long time, they tend to blow over. So this is the F&C restaurant, it's a barbecue restaurant place, and they're all getting ready, and I'm getting very, very hot. I'm going to try and make it to the end, or at least part way along anyway, and then when I walk back I'll be walking back in the shade. All the souvenir shops over there. Baleares, the apartments, Palmanova, and this is the San Matias Beach Hotel, and this beach is referred to as the San Matias. Not a lot of shade here, and almost no breeze. It's one of the things that's really a pain for me as I'm walking along the beachfront here. Usually it's quite windy, and it plays havoc with my sound. I'm sure I'm going to have a problem today. Ooh, so this is the breakfast area. It looks like people have finished breakfast at the San Matias, early risers. It's one of the hotels that Paul and Angela used to come to. And a friend friend of mine, Mark Ritchie, used to sing. I don't think he's done this season. It's a bit strange. He's been there for many, many years, but no longer. So if you want to see Mark Ritchie, you've probably got to go to somewhere in Santa Ponza. You usually find him. Lots of people have been telling me they're coming out soon, so not just Sean and Claire. We've got Mel coming out soon. I'll bring you suntan lotion. It's CISO getting ready. Nice little park here for the children, mostly in the shade. There's also some seats if you want to escape the beach, and maybe this is a nice little place to do it. You do need a cool breeze though to enjoy it. I don't think you're going to get one of them. More toilets here, but again it's coin operated, 50 cents. Except there doesn't seem to be even a handle on the disabled one. So if you need to go and you're disabled, you'd have to call into the office here if it's open. They'll work beach hours, so not much use to you if you're on your way home from a night out. Getting towards the end of the beach now. In the distance we've got the newly named Leonardo Hotel, the one that used to be the Hawaii. It's Fergus, Tobago and Commodore over there. And we'll go just a little bit further. We've been doing miles and miles of walking while we've been in England. And it's not been so bad because the temperature's been much, much lower. Come to Mallorca. It's a good job there's lots of bars. So I've been walking for just over half an hour. And it's nearly time to stop for a drink, I think. So here we've got just gone past the Cantina Sol. And this is the olive tree. A bit early for them as well. We've got the music playing. And then there's a place up here we were attracted to just before we left. We haven't been to yet. We need to investigate. This is the VMAX. It's already quite busy. But so we were walking along here just before we left. We got to this point and we looked at this place, which is new to us, and Anita stopped and we actually knew the owners, so more of a reason to come and say hello and have a drink, or even a bite to eat. Looks really good. They've got a nice menu there. Tapas at the top. We always like tapas. Good range of main courses, ranging from a club sandwich at $11.90 to a tomahawk steak for 2 people. That's €59. But that's for 2 people. Kids menu as well, and desserts. Looks very good, very nicely done. Nice addition to Palmanova. And then we've got the Zen Lounge here. Just getting ready to open up. Right, it's 25 to 11. Right, so I'm going to seek shady side now, and so I'm going to walk back this way, I think. It's a little alleyway here. I don't think I've ever used it, but it says I can go to the beach, from the beach market. So have a look. So just a little spa up here. A few steps though. And we're just heading towards, well, in the direction of Magaluf. There's no way I'm going to Magaluf today, it's way too hot. And then to the left is Torrenova. See the air conditioning all working overtime. Ours was certainly working overtime last night when we got in. Just had to cool the house down a little bit so that we could at least get comfortable and become acclimatized. This is the spa. You'll pay a little bit more in the spa, but it's convenience that you're paying for. So, Indian restaurant, Aweli. I've not been there, so perhaps know that we do enjoy Indian food. Across the road, the Prince Harry, and next to that, the Prince William. Prince Harry's about food takeaway. Prince William's one of the places that's it's been around for such a long time, and well, it's just grown with the time. It's one of the places, well, that stayed open when other places were closed during COVID. And after one of our school graduations, I ended up in there with a couple of other teachers, probably Janice and Liz. Janice and Liz got me up to all sorts of mischief, I think. And we were lucky enough, hola, nice. We were lucky enough to see Janice, who lives in Wales now, but we managed to meet up in Chester while we're in England. That was on a very cool day, I think. Temperatures are very, very low, 15 degrees low, or lower in fact. She used to teach here with us. And Liz, of course, well, Liz is a resident of the island, so we see her quite regularly. Anita sees her every week, and they go out for dinner quite often. So, these scooters, you seem to zoom along. And I believe one company that hires them out has been fined quite a lot of money for not following the rules. So I should be in the shady side now. This is the street that runs parallel to the promenade. Still lots of shops, lots of bars, restaurants, but it's a little bit away from the sea. And for me, it's in the shade, so it's a bit cooler.
Morning from Palmanova. From Durham.
From Durham, well
Durham.
done. See you on YouTube.
See you on watch your channel.
Steve, I'll give you a card and you'll be able to watch
I'm going
us.
to watch it because I watch YouTube all the time.
Doors
Well,
are
there you
on,
go.
doors. Thank
Thank
you.
you very
Cheers.
much. Have a nice time.
Thank you. So there you go. Someone else, hopefully a new subscriber. Whew. Anyway, yeah, we're getting very, very close to 10,000 subscribers. And hopefully that will happen in the next few weeks. But really must thank everybody who has subscribed to the YouTube channel. It's subscribing to the YouTube channel that people subscribing, people writing comments, people putting thumbs up. It sort of helps us, it encourages us to make the videos. We enjoy it anyway, so it's a bit of fun and it gets us out. But it does give us a lift when people write these nice comments. Occasionally a bit of criticism. I put too much music in. I don't really use music very much, but I don't like music, and there's all sorts of copyright issues. So I try to avoid music. And some people might think I talk too much, but I don't get a word in edgeways at home. Anita's not here, so she can't do anything. Yeah, so a big thank you to all the 9,900, as I saw this morning, subscribers. Something else that's quite good for the YouTube channel is when people share the video. So, you know, you might think, oh, somebody is going on holiday to Palmanova. I think they may be interested. You can share videos, you can send the link to them. Just hit the share button. Just tell them. Coming round the side now of the San Matias Beach Hotel. That's the main entrance. And just outside is this little bar, the Kiosco San Matias. Just going to go on the other side. This is the restaurant El Mecca. A little bit sad. Been closed for a long time, and it's still got this for sale sign up. The people who owned it have now retired and needs to find a new purpose. Actually, I don't think Anita would have managed to walk today. It's just too sunny, and parasol wouldn't help so much. I'm getting to a point now where my battery's running out, so hopefully I've got a new battery, but if it cuts out, well, it's down to battery life. You know, the spa, there's lots of these little spa shops around. Hats, I think, are a good idea now. I never used to wear a hat as a kid. My school had a school cap, but I never ever wore it. I think as a child I had a trilby once. I thought that was really cool. One of my uncles or cousins had a trilby, so I wore that as a 5-year-old. And then when I joined the Cubs, they had a cap as well, and I may have worn that to go to see the meetings, but I've never been into hats really till the last few years, and started when I went to Portaventura, and I saw a cowboy hat that I liked. Not the one I wear at the moment, but another one. It cost a small fortune to me, about £50. This is a while ago, I suppose. I had to phone Anita and ask her for permission to buy it. She said yes, so I did buy it, but I left it out in the sun in the car, and it shrunk, and I don't know how to get it back to size, so it doesn't fit me anymore. Either that, or I'll become a real big head. I don't know. So we're just outside the Santa Lucia, and the little hedge there has grown so much I can't even see the sign. Shauna, this is where you'll be very, very soon. There's quite a few mobility scooters out there as well. Sounds like the gardener's out doing a bit of gardening. It looks quite nice, and it would be telling him he needs to deadhead his flowers here. But I'm going to check my battery. I may or may not see you after this. Well, that was lucky. The battery I had in my pocket was fully charged. I usually try to do that, but with being away for so long, I've not been keeping very good tabs on batteries being fully charged. But fortunately it was. It says I've got 100%, so let's carry on videoing as we make our way back towards where Anita is. Still a long time to go, mind. What time is it now? It's just coming up towards 11 o'clock. And so I've got over an hour to go, so I think I'll go and wander down and eventually find a little bar somewhere to have a coffee or a light refreshment. We'll see. So he's actually blowing all the litter around. I bet the dog's finding it warm. Our youngest daughter Serena has just had a dog, and it's a puppy at the moment, but will grow. She never had a dog before. We never had dogs as a family, but Leon's well established with dogs, so he's in control, I suppose, and well, it seems to be very well trained. It does all the, it's only a few weeks old, all the sitting and paws up and rolling over and all that sort of thing, so hopefully they'll be able to maintain the discipline. Breakfast from 8:30. This is the Diana Beach Bar. I think I might have mentioned it, or I forgot to mention it as we were walking past. So what used to be Lady Di's across there is just Diana's now, and it's back open after a long time. Much concern that it might not, from people who come to Palmanova. all along here there's like little passages that will take you to the beach. So you come for a drink around here. This is one of the perfume shops. It's a chain, so there's lots of them called Tintin. And I think it's one of the places Anita goes to for her perfume. And she's got a discount card. I think she's a very good customer. Monroe's across the road there. And Taylor's Bar. And just gone past Gelatius, of course, which is quite busy. And Taylor's is just getting ready, as is the Monroe's across there. Pretty dress for $7.99 if you've got a little girl that size. So this is one of the problems with these scooters, they just get dumped. And I saw that a lot in England as well. When you get to a street corner and a dumped one. I really don't know how that system works. At another Spar supermarket. This is the Tandoori Night Indian restaurant we went to just before we came away. We've been there a few times now and really like it. And this is the Zell Palmanova. And just across the road, the Bora Bora Beach, which changed hands, but still seems very popular. Banana Joe's. Tent Hotel is up there. And then we've got Castaways and Altano. Ooh, gonna get there. Just going to get exposed a little bit to the sunshine here. There's a children's park with not many children in it. Children's parks become a little bit uncomfortable when it's really hot. The slides are too hot to touch. The swings are too hot to swing on, so they don't get used so much during these hot summer days. Just over there is another spa. And one day I'll have to go around counting spas. This one is next to the Compass restaurant and bar, which is run by an ex-pupil. That's Peter. That's Peter in the window. If you watched a video put up just yesterday actually, the boys had a seafood platter. Well, I had some of the things similar to that. That's a paella from my tapas, which is just down the road here. The seafood platter was quite spectacular. Probably not my sort of thing, and definitely not Anita's sort of thing, but the boys seemed to enjoy it. I had fun cracking open claws and things, and paellas here quite often have a lot of seafood in them. You do get some paellas without seafood, so just need to check. What it shouldn't have is chorizo, and I'm sure in England, actually definitely in England, we went to a so-called Mexican restaurant and they were offering paella which definitely had chorizo in it. Now maybe there is a different paella in Mexico, I don't know, but wasn't what I thought it should be. And the other thing we had patatas bravas, which is one of our tapas that we'll quite often go for when we're here. And patatas bravas are a little bit like a very chunky chip. So it's fried with the patatas bravas sauce, which is quite picante, quite spicy. And we were served what looked to me like new potatoes, which had been boiled with there was a sauce, but it was certainly not picante, and didn't resemble anything that I've seen as patatas bravas here in Mallorca or anywhere else for that matter. So I was a little bit disappointed. In fact, when the waitress put them down, I said we hadn't ordered albondigas, which are meatballs, and she gave me a really strange look, because I think she was Spanish speaking, so she knew what I was referring to. But that's what they look like to me. They look like albondigas. They look like meatballs. The sauce was that sort of a colour, sort of a little bit meaty, whereas a patatas bravas sauce is usually a little bit more orange or red even. So we're actually back to the Tropico. I'm just going to take a little break on a shady bench. Give my weary legs a little bit of a rest. I just admire the view. Be back later. Well, I've had a nice little break, a little rest. Met some very nice people who have been watching the YouTube channel. Had a little chat to them, so a bit of a breeze as well, which made it quite nice. And I've just had a message from Anita. Well, actually it was about 15 minutes ago and I didn't spot it, so hopefully we're going to meet up at the Beehive and we'll have a little bit of refreshment there. Getting a bit busier now. And a bit warmer. having their fish dipped. Oh, we have feet dipped in the fish. Right, just well, there's the stadium up there. Stadium 63, great place apparently for live music. We went years and years ago, it's been a very, very long time. It's got one of the perfume shops, Tintin. And just round here we've got Battersea Road. A bit noisy where all the traffic is now. It's quite a nice terrace. This is Sea Rose Terrace here. Again, just looking over the first beach for us in Palmanova. And the beach now is looking busy, busy, busy. And a little bit more breeze in the air, the flags are flying. The question is, did Anita make it to the beehive? Or did she not? Yeah, this is the Agua Beach Hotel, and its lighting improved a lot just before we went away, and now they've got a new sign out there, Sendero. I've not seen that before. Sendero by Agua Beach. It's their restaurant. Oh, I see Anita in the distance. And this is the Contro Corriente. So it looks really big, doesn't it? Oh, your hair looks beautiful, darling. What about your nails?
Red for the football.
Red for the football.
Right.
Well, I've had a great walk, and Anita's had her hair done, looking beautiful as always, and got her nails done. And well, great to be back in Mallorca. Great to be back in Palmanova.
It is nice to be home.
And well, we're back in one of our favourite places for a drink. So we've got a beehive, and we've got this splendid view which you can't see because it's behind you. Anyway, cheers. This is on the coffee because it's early. 12:30, dear.
Water as well.
Well, I know you can't see the view, so I'm going to turn the camera around so you can have a little bit of view of it as well. So you can sit and pretend you're with us, having a beer, having a coffee, or it takes your pleasure here in Palmanova, watching the world go by. Well, I've had a good walk. Anita's had her hair, nails done, and we're going to go home now. Are we got to go shopping first?
No, we're going shopping.
Oh, we've got to go shopping first, then we'll go home. Well, it's been a good morning, good break into Majorca. Good to be back.
Lovely to be home.
And well, we'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.